So, been, geez, so who would have thought that the night that I did my last video would have been the last time I would have seen my stepdad awake? Because after I got home from Deadpool that evening and everyone went to bed, that's when bad things happened. See, he had a cold. Well, what we thought was a cold turned out it was pneumonia, and that combined with his health at the time led to coma, and a few days ago he was his last day. Let's just put it that way. So yeah, pretty, yeah. I honestly don't know what to really say or think or whatever about this. I've been wanting to save doing another video to be the one where I, try and work out my thoughts and feelings. And when thinking about that, it's realizing I don't know what my thoughts, feelings really are. For one thing, I mean, on one hand, it's upsetting, sad, and missing him, yeah. And honestly, I still get that feeling like, oh, he's still just at the hospital and he'll be back any day now. It'll be okay. But then knowing that's not going to happen, which is really sad and upsetting. But then on the other hand, it's like he's not going to be having to deal with any more suffering or anything, and seeing how he barely was just diagnosed with Parkinson's not too long before this, well, a few months before this, so a lot shorter time having to deal with that than we were expecting. I mean, I was honestly expecting to have to help him out for a few more years, getting around with that, and so at least he doesn't have to deal with that. And it's just this whole, I honestly don't know what to feel. And that's probably just because of who I am. It's how much in stride I try and take things these days, and yeah, I know it sort of feels like I'm not thinking or feeling the right things when I'm saying this, because it's like, well, he is someone who is a very important part of your life for most of your life. How can you not really be upset? And I'm like, well, I am upset, but at the same time, it's just doesn't really hit me that hard. And it was something we sort of saw coming these past couple of weeks with his illness. So I know I try and relate it to like the last family member I was close to that died, and that was my grandfather. And honestly, that one, well, it did hit me pretty hard, especially because I was middle of college still, and geez, all of that time just ended up really just messing with my brain for the longest of times. But man, with him it was much more of a relief, because to be honest, Grandma, you were keeping him alive a lot longer than he should have been. And yeah, it was but so trying to relate to that and realizing, well, my feelings or more, at least he doesn't have to hang on, at least he's not suffering physically anymore, doesn't have to deal with any of the mental or emotional stuff that he might have been going through. And I know it was really bad for my stepdad here because he was the type who was so used to being in charge and or at least in control for most of his life, and then losing that when his Parkinson's started setting in, and then that just hit him fast, and not being able to do things was definitely hurting him a lot more than he would say, but you could definitely tell that he was feeling it. And I don't know, and a couple weeks before, before that everything started building up, he actually, I don't know how jokingly he meant it, but said that I was the new head of the household for our place, and I was just like, oh yeah, I don't want to start thinking about that just yet. You're still the main man here for me. So, but yeah, just I don't know. It's been these past few days have just been like trying to think of how I'm want to deal with it and move on, because I have to just do that, and it's I know it's upsetting to think that, well, your first thought is where do we go next, and before everything is really figured out, and sort of have to start working on that, and that's definitely next major step. Man, I don't know, I definitely will be missing him. He was a really great guy, and Fred was just such a good guy. Really guy, smart guy, friendly guy. We might not have agreed on a number of subjects, but he was definitely a good guy about it, and I don't know, he was just really cool, and I don't know, it really is just like feeling like he's right around the bend there or something like that. Like, just like he's right behind the black and he'll show up again. It still feels like that, even though that's definitely not true. But so that's probably my biggest feeling on that still, is that sort of mentality. It'll be different going forward, that's for damn sure. But do the best I can and help out my mom as best as I can, and really appreciating of my friends and family coming out or saying kind words. At least I don't really need a lot of actual help right now, but right now just knowing that people are out there and for us, and and hearing a whole lot of nice things from my dad's side of the family, where they weren't really ones that interacted with us up here that much. Like, I was the only line, but they would still ask about how everyone is up here, and getting kind words from like my aunt and my sister, both of them who haven't even seen Fred in like years, because I know they've met, but probably not in a long time. And then just really a lot of thank yous to Ethan for just being there. I mean, man, Ethan, if you're watching at this part, you're a better brother than my brother is. That's for damn sure. You're definitely you're definitely family to me. So thank you. I don't think you've ever met Fred, but you know, you two have gotten along. He was a very friendly person. You're a very friendly person. So yeah, definitely would have gone along on that aspect. So, and then just all the family up here, just still good to hear from them and yeah, have their support for what we need. This, we're moving forward. We're trying not to let this get to us too much, but we know it will, and we know we have a lot of great people out around us to help us out and support us when we need it. And but we're definitely trying to move forward here. And, yeah. So that's really all for now. I can't really want to get out and talk a bit more, and probably do that a bit more if I get upset more often, because talking like this, even if nobody's watching, at least helps me think and feel better. So thank everyone who does watch. If you want to honor my stepdad's memory, he was a very kind cat person. So if you see a cat, give him lots of pets or some sort of respect for a cat. So that's all I really ask. Ooh, and there's a doggo over there. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being there, and see you around.